This week's episode is brought to you by our sponsors Hawthorne and ButcherBox. Stay tuned later in the show to hear more.
Yo.
Hi.
Hey.
Okay, I'll start. I'm Sam.
I'm Josh.
I'm Jordan.
And I'm Chad. How's it going?
Yeah, Jordan, you're new. You're not here ever.
Yeah,
Who are you?
I don't know how I got here. This is crazy.
In a car.
I'm a lead animator on the 2D team. I directed some of the animation in this death battle. So that was new. That was fun and exciting.
It was cool, like, working. This is the first one we've ever done with, like, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a fun experience, because obviously, if you've watched it, it looks really fucking cool. So.
I know. It was nuts. I was reading the script and I'm like, this is what our team has been waiting to do forever. This kind of action, kick-ass explosion.
Yeah.
You know, the stuff we worked on before is all fun and good, but we were really itching to do something like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, action animation is different. You know, like, there's definitely a different process that goes into getting to do that.
And y'all had so many awesome effects. Like, before we would have, like, our guys kind of, like, hand do the effects, and they were good, but with the time constraints, they could only be so good. But you guys had this massive library.
I remember you coming over to Luis's computer and, like, scrolling through it and be like, oh my god, all these effects. Like,
I wish we had them a long time ago. But, I mean, it helped a lot with this one.
Great. So just a heads up, Ben's not here. He's out sick, so feel free to tweet him your well wishes that he gets better. So this was originally going to be a questions answered episode, hence why we have Jordan here. But instead, since Ben's not here, we're going to do instead, we'll talk a little bit about the episode, just some fun stuff, and then we'll probably answer questions next week. So
yeah.
There we go. And which means this is going to go off the rails again, just like last week. So if you enjoyed that, great. If you didn't, well, that's your warning.
Oh, I can start getting us off the rails.
Oh, perfect.
Real quick. So, I don't know if y'all remember, but last week, I sat in that chair, I wore a red flannel and that exact t-shirt.
What? Really? Austin made me wear this shirt, actually.
Yeah. There you go. Well, that's good.
He
Austin,
threw this shirt at me as I was
yeah, Austin is dressing us currently.
Yeah.
Because Rooster Teeth store.
It's because it's
There's
the
my
holidays,
pitch.
man. There's all sorts of deals and sales. We just had Black Friday
We have
weekend
cool
going
ones.
on, and
I assume this is Ruby. Yeah, it is Ruby.
Yeah.
it's the sketchbook collection.
Cool.
It's very cool.
We got this. That's it. This cool Genlock hoodie, Death Battle tee. You can get all that stuff.
Yeah.
Store.roosterteeth.com.
I have a Sumier art style, which is just, think Street Fighter 4. That's what it is. Yeah. It's an art style. It's a traditional art style. Other people have used it. Now we're using it. It's pretty cool. There you go.
Yeah.
Also, buy Death Battle merch. Don't ignore all this. Just buy Death Battle merch.
Buy the desk.
Probably cheap as hell right now. Buy it, please. Jesus, please.
Yeah, there's still some legacy Screw Attack stuff.
Yeah.
Is
there really?
It's discounted. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
there was like a little tweet over Black Friday. It was like, get all the classic like nostalgia pack.
Nice.
Like, yeah. Anyways.
Still helps us out. So okay. Deadpool Mask. We started talking about doing that. Like, when did we first start talking with you guys about getting that done?
I think maybe like 2 months out, because they were trying to budget it for a long time. How are we going to do this? But what was a fun, interesting challenge with it is like going through the script. Every single shot kind of had a new challenge of like how we got to break Toon Boom, or we brought After Effects in it for the first time, which we've been like begging to do in 2D for forever, and we're like, this is the project. So we had a lot of planning on the front end, but once Al started doing the boards for it, that's when it became real.
Yeah, his boards are really cool. I remember once I saw those in like the first meeting, I was like, oh, this could be dope. Like, this is gonna be fun.
I didn't know if I was going to be the one to edit this episode. Like, because I kept hearing about it, and I was just hoping that it would be me.
Yeah.
So excited.
Yeah, and there's lots of, like, I feel like Death Battle, like, at the core, a lot of what it is trying new shit, like, behind the scenes. Like, literally every episode we do is, like, bring in that new tool. Let's play with that this time and see what works. And that's how we, literally every fight has some new thing in it to try and push, the whole thing forward, so.
Well, I mean, that gave me a lot of, I guess, confidence with this project because, I mean, there wasn't a particular style I had to stick with.
Yeah.
Y'all are kind of constantly changing and evolving, which is really fun. It's a really cool challenge, and you get to kind of push yourselves as artists as well.
Yeah.
Yep, Luis is always Torian too. They've perpetually are just doing that to
Dorian's
themselves.
pushing real hard right now, in fact.
Yeah.
It looks so good. It looks so good.
Yeah. Oh, people know what it is now. That's right.
That's true, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Might.
Yes. It looks really cool. It's super dope, but yeah, they're doing a lot of dope shit with it. It looks great, but they're pushing hard right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fingers crossed for them.
Yeah, you can
Gotta
tweet at
dust
that
off
team
my
too to
Maya.
like encourage them. I think because they have to
3D.
get
you
it
go.
done today, right? Or a time lock
We need
version.
a time
today?
lock version by the end of the day.
Yeah, so they're working right now.
And we're here sitting on our chairs talking bullshit. They're working really hard.
Classic.
Yep.
Yep, they always like to do that. So when it came to this episode, like, what were some of the challenges that your team came across?
Well, there was a lot of like traditional animation. So there were 2 shots in particular that we were kind of concerned with at the beginning. One was the mask, like the big head thing with all the lightning and stuff. We're like, how are we going to do this transition? We actually did sort of a collab with the art team, giving us kind of like keyframes, and then Quinn Weston, our animator, kind of traditionally animated in between those keys.
Oh, wow.
Which was interesting. And the other one was the continuity gem effect, and that's where Lewis's After Effects library really came into play. We used a lot of those tools to make it glow and the shiny thing, and then you guys supplied the alternate endings to all those fights. So we just dropped those in afterward. But once we got those 2 done, I'm like, we can do this. The rest is just animating and making explosions.
Yeah, it's crazy because you don't really think about it. Like, oh, you see stuff like that's getting hand drawn, right? And then there's like a lightning effect, and you're just like, you just like add lightning, right? And computer. And then it's like, oh no, like, I mean, a lot of times that shit has to be created. Like, you have to draw that, and like, so we've banked up a lot that, like, you know, our team has been creating. And then
So y'all build up a library. We do the same thing in the 2D department. That lightning was actually from Camp. So,
Oh, really?
yeah, we peppered in those.
That's awesome.
Dude, that stuff's super important in animation. Like, it saves a lot of time and money, which helps the show run better. Man, like, dude, Mob versus Tatsumaki, like, all the effects that they did was, it's just ludicrous.
That was a hard one for him too.
Yep.
Like, yep.
Well, yeah, but that's because that's what they're passionate about. That's what they love, and they're just like, every time they're just like, how can I push this to, like, the next level and do new cool stuff? What's great is now you have a really cool example for the 2D team that you can be like, see, this is why I wanted to use After Effects.
Yeah,
Stuff, right?
exactly. I mean, we're probably not going back. We're gonna use them. They're there now.
Yeah,
So-
we got to.
And they work out perfectly because for the Camp style, there's no outlines, and for these effects, there's no outlines. So that's really good.
What does that mean?
Well, it's like stylistically, there's not a big problem, but I'm just saying they blend in really well. So like if you had, for some reason, a fire that had an outline, that would go better on a background with outlines, I think.
Got it.
I don't know. You're putting me on the spot.
It literally has a black outline. Like, yeah.
Got it. Oh, just clarifying.
Yeah.
People who are not familiar with animation at all. But yeah, what was your favorite part of the fight?
I really liked the sequence that Gil animated where it was right after the sing-songy part with Deadpool, where the Mask brought out his maracas, was doing his little dance, and then they're chainsaws, and they just have, it's like the first part in it that's just pure fight. So like everything else is like gunshot, quick line, and you know, there's a cutaway, but this was just pure action. And I mean, I thought he kicked ass on it. It was really fun to see.
Very cool.
Right. How many different people did you have working on it?
I think we have like 8 in-house animators. Well, 7 in-house, 1 out-of-house, so about 8 animators, and then we had, you know, the sound design people and the art team and storyboards. So, I don't know.
Whole full production. That's one of the cool things about us being down here at Rooster Teeth is, like, you know, we keep finding ways to help.
We keep saying that. It's been like 3 years now.
Yeah, that's true.
We're just here.
Still
Because
true.
we keep finding new ways to do shit.
Yeah.
What's happening?
I got really weirded out because they've done something with the preview monitor. Oh, I know what they're doing.
Oh, that's me.
They're trying, hold on. Oh, he's trying to make it you.
me.
Whoa. Yo, I saw out of the corner,
I didn't even notice for a little bit.
I saw out of the corner of my eye that I was wearing the t-shirt that I'm not wearing, and I had that almost broke my brain.
I saw the monitor. I was like, oh, you took your hoodie off. Like, no,
But
you
your
didn't.
foot and pants are identical right now. What the fuck?
That's amazing.
Look at that.
Wow.
Am I me, Sam? Or am I me?
Wait, go back into your position. Oh, wait, we could have cut back. Like, the fucking reveal on your leg is crazy. Your feet are identical in this position. Like, here, wait,
stand.
now switch back with it not done.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Look,
We're
he's
not
like the
sure.
exact fucking same. It's crazy. Okay.
Wow.
Wait, I'll get it.
I hope they got to see that. 'cause
Prepare for
yeah.
20 more minutes of this.
Yeah.
Amazing.
There we go.
So accurate. My God.
Oh, that was scary. Just the bottom of my mouth and my head facing the wrong direction. Wait,
I like this a lot.
shit, that's the wrong way. Ah!
Oh, give me a beard.
Help me! I'm like a Canadian in South Park. Hold on.
Well, that was fun.
That was really.
Going to
I have
move
a
on.
question. What
to-
is this? Why does Michael Jones love to hate me? What is this?
And what?
In the chat, the red one.
Oh, Danny.
I was
H4?
unaware of this beef.
That's the same Jordan who directs RTA, right? And the one Michael Jones likes to hate.
Maybe that's Swears.
Yeah, I think they're talking about the face.
People
jam
still
stuff.
think Swears does
yeah.
RTA. He doesn't. It's Andrew Lotsky and myself.
Well, it didn't help that we replaced the Jordan with a Jordan. Like,
Sure.
There's so many. I knew no Jordans growing up, and then there's a ton here.
There's a lot of Bryans here too, or at least there were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good time to move on.
Johns. Yeah.
What's going on? Fucking assets.
What?
There we go. But before that, let me tell you about Hawthorne. These good boys make it super easy to smell good. Why is that important? Well, because stinking is not cool. If you're stinky, people probably don't want to be with you, and that sucks because being lonely is lame. Don't be lonely, smell good. That's my hard pitch here. And it's way easier than you would think. Because you just go to hawthorne.co and you take a little 2-minute quiz. You fill out a whole bunch of answers like, do you like campfire smell? That kind of stuff. And they put together a package with body wash, shampoo, conditioner, cologne, all the things that you might want, and just tailored to your smell and your style. And then bam, they send it to your house. And guess what? Now you smell good and people like you more. It's really simple. And just to make it a little bit better, you can get 10% off your purchase using our code CAST. You just gotta go to hawthorne.co, that's Hawthorne with an E, and use promo code CAST to get 10% off your purchase. That's Hawthorne, HAWTHORNE.co. That's .co, everybody. And use our code CAST for 10% off your first purchase. Trust me, it's worth it, because you smell good. That's nice.
Wonderful.
Cool, Black
Hey.
Friday. Y'all fuck with it?
There was a
Yeah.
transition there. What are we doing now?
We're talking about Black Friday madness.
Middle section now.
Right.
So we talked about the fight. And again, we'll answer more questions about that next week.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is now where we just talk about whatever the fuck we want and what's going on in the world and stuff. And that was Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and yeah, I guess so. Your whole thing was, did any of us like fall prey to it? Did you buy anything? Did you get some shit?
I mean, I bought shit, but not like anything crazy.
Has it
Yeah.
calmed down this year? Because I recall like the last
No.
two. No?
I think it's just longer.
I don't hear crazy stories. South Park
'cause
isn't
it-
making episodes about it anymore.
Because I think next Monday, is that when there's a Green Monday?
Well, Cyber Monday was yesterday.
Cyber Monday was green. Was Cyber Monday also Green Monday, or is Green Monday a new thing?
What is
What
Green
the hell is
Monday?
Green Monday?
I believe
Never heard
Green
of
Monday is because Black Friday is when companies move from the red into the black. Green Monday is where they move from the black into the green. And so I believe next Monday is going to be Green Monday. I might have this wrong, but there are multiple. I've seen a lot of Green Monday sales.
Are you just
I
making
even know because one of the things on the promotion list for our store is Green Monday sales.
What is?
So it's a thing that
It's Garbo
people or
Tuesday.
retailers are doing, but that might have been yesterday. It might just be a new name for Cyber Monday so that brick and mortars can get in on the action too. But yeah, Green Monday is apparently a thing that's happening
it's
this year.
evolving.
Sure enough. Green Monday is an online retail industry term similar to. Well, fuck
Well,
that then.
I had it for a second. Oh, there, wait. Similar to Cyber Monday, the term was coined by eBay in 2007 to describe the best sales day in December, usually the second Monday of December.
So it's been around for a long time. But
Okay,
we
so it
haven't
will see
heard of
Green Monday is about to hit.
That's right
Then.
before the
Okay.
stock market crash.
it. So it got overshadowed.
This is what did it.
Oh no, now
brought
it's
it
coming
down.
back.
Our hubris.
Yeah, well, I think next Monday's Green Monday.
Dude, I almost pulled the trigger on stuff. Like, I was like,
What'd you almost buy?
I don't know, you have that mentality, right? You're like,
That's cheap. Yeah, I almost went because I was in Dallas and I saw Micro Center had terabyte SSDs for $70, and I was like, it's like, do I drive there now? It's like, I don't need this at all.
I know.
Like,
It's a deal.
did the
it's
same
a deal. Yeah, but
like I have some PC parts lying around, and I'm just like, should I order shit to build a new PC? Like, and I'm like, I don't need that.
do you have a Mobo and CPU by chance?
Maybe.
Okay, we'll talk after. We'll talk after. Are they good?
They're solid.
Okay, we'll talk.
We'll see.
DDR3 or 4
Well,
motherboard?
I'm close. I gotta double check.
Okay.
because I just came into possession of it recently. But I like I've got a MOBO, I've got a CPU, I've got a case, and I've got a 970 graphics card just like sitting around. And so I was like, I'm like really close the way there to just building another PC, because like I may be giving it to my friend who just got married, Devin.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll see. So I was thinking, I was like, should I? And I was like, wait a minute, no, because this probably won't end up being for me. And so I was like, I shouldn't buy the shit for that.
I want to build a new one so bad. Like, so everything in my tower isn't that old, except for the motherboard. That's like
That's the worst one too.
that's like from college. It's that old. How's it been? I don't know. It's at least like 7 years old.
Oh Christ.
So like first gen i3-57s.
I wouldn't know. I didn't build it. Someone else built it for me. But
Okay.
I need to replace it. But now, like, I'm in a house and like our water heater broke and the roof is old and I have to buy all these stupid adult things. And all I want is a good gaming computer, but I'm afraid at any moment it's gonna fry.
Dude, also motherboard is the worst thing that when you
gotta take
need
everything
to
out.
upgrade.
Right.
Well, because it's like that's when technology is advanced, so that you get to the point where it's like, oh, if I have to get I'll get a new motherboard. Oh fuck, that means I have to get a new processor. And then that also means I have to get new RAM because that's changed. And then it's like, I'll keep my graphics card.
It's a big thing that's just like in the back of my mind and I want it. But there's other things.
Yet, man, I hopped on Amazon and I was just like scrolling through and I was just like, what are they? And it's like lightning deal, right? And it's like smart home garage door opener. And I had this moment, I was like, well, it is on sale. And I was like, I don't fucking need a smart home garage door opener. I have a button. What am I gonna do? Be like, hey Google, open my garage. Sorry
Yeah,
if you
it's
have
so-
that, by the way, because that's probably gonna
So
activate.
it just happened.
I see those gimmick things that I always want to buy it, and then like that's what's come with old age. Is luckily, don't buy shit you don't actually need.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Do y'all have any crazy stories of actually going out to brick and mortars on Black Friday? Have y'all ever done that?
I did once
Yeah.
to Micro Center, and it was not crazy. I walked in at like 1 p.m. and they
Yes,
still had
that's
the
when I
item I
go.
wanted, and they were just like, "Yeah, it's right here." And I
Yeah.
was like,
In the
"Damn."
afternoon, it's never that crazy. It's
Yeah.
like in the morning that you see all the
Dude, I went
craziness.
in the evening because I decided to like pull the trigger on getting an Xbox One, right? Like the original when they just came out, and I was like, all right, I'll see if I can find like a deal on them, and nobody had them in stock. So like it was me and my brother-in-law Will, and we're just going around, and so we pop in a couple places, and people are out like fucking crazy, and we go into this Target, and my mind was blown because I always have avoided it. Like if I did Black Friday stuff, it was online. I walked into this Target, and like there are people rolling up with carts, and just like I watched this one dude load up 4 TVs into his cart.
Where'd you go?
It was
Where was it?
Target. This is up in
Target,
Dallas.
that's right.
Yeah. And so this dude loaded up 4 TVs, and I'm looking at it, had its like normal price. It was like slashed through to the price that you could just get it at any time on Amazon. Sorry, Peter. And so, yeah, the dude's just loading up like 4 TVs, and it's just like this madness that all these people have. It's just like it's the deals. Like everyone needs a TV.
I have to get 4.
Like I can get them now.
But like you said, the same price is online. So like that's
Right.
why I think it's kind of like calming down, at least like the in-person madness.
Yeah, I didn't
like
go this year
storming
because
the
after
gate.
that I was like, I'll never go. Like, so you couldn't even buy anything. Okay, that Target, they had every single register open, which was like a goddamn miracle because I've never seen that happen in a Target ever.
Yeah,
Usually-
what's with the Target? They're like all these like fancy bougie fucking. We're better than Walmart, but they only have like one register open.
Yeah.
It's wild.
The other
Max
ones are
3.
props.
Yeah,
There's like 20.
Like,
It's so annoying. But so like every single register was open. The line to just get to the registers went all the way to the left side of the store, all the way back around the back, and all the way up to the entrance on the other side.
They gotta Disneyland that. They gotta like
I know.
zigzag it
through the aisles.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Save space.
But I just like so first it was just people watching, just people stuffing stuff into their carts that they really don't need, and then I was like, well maybe we'll see if they have an Xbox One. They didn't, and then I was just like, well if I were to get one, what would I wait? Oh my God, that's the line. It just kept going like as far as the eye could see.
Did you get in the line?
God no.
Yeah, I would have been done.
Yeah, at that point, it's like, oh, cool, like-
Right.
The hour, like, it's like 3-hour line. Like that's not there goes my savings. Like, well, I was gonna
In my
save
time.
$50. I'm not gonna waste 3 hours. Like, Not on like fucking Thanksgiving, like on a holiday where you should be getting paid double anyways. Like your time's valuable. Don't fucking waste it. This is ridiculous.
So wait, have any of y'all ever worked a Black Friday before?
No.
No.
Me either. I've always quit right before that. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sure, I did.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I mean,
Look, real
it's
quick,
like,
no, can we not gloss over the fact of I've always quit right before?
No, yeah. Because,
How many times did you do
Did you put that on your
I did that-
application?
I
I'm
did-
noticing a pattern here.
I did that only
never
once.
worked in November.
So I had a lot of jobs, but there was only one job that I had that was like Black Friday's the day, and I asked for purposely like months ahead. I was like, I need Thanksgiving Day through like this day off, and they're like, well, we can't give that to you because of Black Friday. I was like, well, then I'll quit because I'm not working Black Friday.
man, I've always wanted to quit a job. I've literally never quit a job. I've been fired from every single job I've ever had.
Oh my God.
I mean, Sam,
Wait, do you know how I quit that job?
How?
You know how you have to like give them a written thing,
Yeah.
like 5 days notice? I just drew a picture of me walking out of Office Max.
are you serious? Dude,
That's fantastic. That's just so spot on for
It was
an
Office
animator.
Max, by the way.
I used to be the store manager of a game exchange, and I have an employee that's still on lunch. Okay? Because how this dude decided to quit, I guess, was he's just like, hey, I'm going to lunch. I'm like, all right, sounds good. And he never came back.
Oh my God.
He's
Sure you didn't like die or something?
The owner of the store ran into him months later, and it just became a joke. Because like I remember calling the owner of the store, and I was just like, hey man, like, what's his name? Like, went to lunch like
He hasn't been
3 hours ago. And like I called him and he's not answering. So like I don't know. I'm just like anyway. I guess I'll be here longer, or if we can see if anybody can come in. And yeah, he never responded to any of the calls. The owners tried calling him. I tried calling him multiple times. He never sent a message, sent an email, anything like that. He was just gone and on lunch. And at first, that was my thought. I was like, oh God, like I hope he's okay. Get like a car accident or something like that. And then yeah, the owner saw him months later, just out in the wild. And then he's like, hey dude, how's your lunch break going? That's how he started it. And he was like, the guy laughed. He's like, oh yeah. And he's like, so what was that about, dude? And he's just like, I don't know. I was just out, and I was just like, I just don't want to work there anymore.
Wow.
They were like, was there anything wrong? He's like, nah. I just,
But I can't believe. So like, I understand that feeling, right? If you know you're out, maybe like you're waiting.
I've
in
had
line.
that feeling thousands of times in my life, and I've never acted on it. Like,
what if I
like,
just didn't go
You
back?
have like
Yeah.
one of those moments sitting in line at the grocery store, and you're like, I really don't want to go back to work. And you go, why? Why should I go back to work? I would have at least called work and be like, nah, I'm not coming back.
That would have been great.
yeah.
But no,
And
he,
then you could have replaced him.
but it was a great running joke, and so technically, he's still on lunch because he never quit.
It's amazing.
Pretty good.
Well,
Sam, you could live your dream at any time. You can just quit.
I don't want to quit this job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
All the other ones, though, I did, and then I would get fired. So technically, once I got laid off, I guess, but still.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever get fired? Because there's a big difference between getting laid off and getting fired.
Yeah. I got fired. Yeah.
I feel like I know this.
Yeah, I got fired.
From which one?
All of them. Literally all of them. Like, I never quit. Like I said, I've never quit a job. I've just
No.
been fired.
No.
What
there's-
were they?
There's a difference between laid off and fired.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I got
when we
laid
worked
off.
in the
at
airsoft
Depot.
place,
Yeah,
I got laid off. You got laid
yeah.
off there.
Yeah, because the company went under.
Right.
Like, yeah, it's different than getting like, you suck, you're fired, get out
Right.
of here. It was just like, sorry, we're closing up shop.
But the bars and
Bye.
restaurants ones.
Yeah.
You get fired? Did you get fired from Red Lobster?
Yeah.
What did you do?
So they told me like ages in advance, like months in advance. I was like, hey, I would take spring break off. Like I just wanted my first vacation as an adult in like an apartment. And I knew it was like the week after we got my first apartment. And I was like, that'll be cool. Like we can set up the house, like finish moving and all that stuff. Because at that time I planned like, you know, my parents, I was living with the parents at 18. Their house wasn't far away. So it was just like, not like a U-Haul. I was just taking some shit
Right,
from
right.
their house. Like
In that-
there was no timeline. And
Talent.
so yeah, so I was like, cool, it'll be easy. Like that'll work out. Spring break will be fun. And they were like, cool, you have it off. And then I asked like the day before, and I was like, I'm still good for next week. And he's like, yeah. And then I get a call in the morning that's like, hey, why aren't you here? And I was like, what do you mean? I talked to you yesterday and told you. He's like, yeah, I was wrong. And this is our GM was like, yeah, I was wrong. Sorry, you need to be here right now. You're already late. And I was like, that's stupid, but I'll be there. I worked that shift.
You still went?
That was your moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I quit.
Literally,
Oh my
it's like
gosh.
7 days into owning my first apartment, right? So you know, like that's
I
not.
need
and
this
then
shit.
So, but so I went to work and then I did my shift and then I talked to them and they're like, nah, look, you're on like almost every day this week. We can't help you. Like maybe put up a note saying that we
somebody take
kind
your
of messed up the schedule and you need somebody to take your shifts. And I was like, so I put up a note. Managers fucked me. Who wants to get these shifts? And then right then that happened, our very, very religious conservative like DM came in and she was like cursing. No. And so I got told off for the note and then like 15 minutes later, they're like, nah, the DM showed up and saw the note. Like, you're gone. We can't do anything. You're out of here. Like, that's it. And I was like, it was the only time I'd ever been in trouble at the restaurant and they were just like, you're out. And I was like, cool. And then I got my next job before I went home, but they couldn't train me for a week. So I had spring break off.
Oh, it worked out.
And it was a banger. Yeah, it was pretty good.
That's a
yeah.
pretty good story.
That's funny.
I like it.
Yeah, but yeah. And then I got fired from the next one for not refusing to work because the sewer backed up into the kitchen.
Do
And
it that way.
Not refusing the
no, I refused to work because the sewer backed up into the kitchen and there was literally shit water on the kitchen floor of a restaurant. And they were like, you have to work. And I was like, no. I'm going home. And then they fired me and I was like, cool, I guess.
I've been in that situation.
Sure.
Gross.
I actually
Oh my
Not
gosh.
gonna, yeah.
That was from the job I quit though, so.
Yeah.
Dude, April has, I think, like, out of our friends group, a record of like shortest job of all time, and that is that she worked at a restaurant for I think 2 hours, and
Yeah.
that was there's this like restaurant that opened up near her parents' house. She's like, well, I should get a job now that like she worked seasonal at Party City at the time, and this is high school, right? So she goes, it's this Italian restaurant, and she thought she was gonna be a hostess, but then the guy is just like, I need you to run the register, and she's like, okay. But he like did not train her at all, and so like she's like super stressed, like trying to ring stuff up and like not knowing what to do, and he starts yelling at her about how she's doing things wrong, and she's like, I have literally been here for 30 minutes, like I don't know what I'm doing, like can you? And he tries to show her, but then he's just been yelling at her, and then like after like it was like 2 or 3 hours, they just like both looked at each other, and they were just like, this isn't gonna work.
It was mutual.
This isn't gonna work, right?
Yeah.
He's just like, yeah, not gonna work. And then he opened up the cash register, grabbed cash out, and paid her from that. And then she went home.
Hell yeah.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah, I had one for like
Jeez.
2 weeks and got fired. I worked at a shitty sandwich shop and I called the boss Napoleon-esque and then she fired me. It was a very Napoleon play on her part, but yeah.
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 Oh my God.
I don't like. I've never been
Never been
fired.
Yeah, me neither.
I quit the skate park to move on to Blockbuster. I quit Blockbuster to move on to the airsoft place. I got laid off at the airsoft place,
Yeah.
and then I ran Game Exchange for a while until the owner sold the store that I was the store manager of to my assistant manager's father.
Oh my God.
And I just like, I remember taking a moment when like the owner told me that. He's a really cool dude. But then I just kind of stepped back from the situation and looked at him like, that doesn't bode well on paper.
Nope.
So it's like, and that's when I like got to know the Screw Attack dudes and stuff. And I was just like,
Oh, there you go.
and saw what their merch was like. And I was just like, hey, I used to do merchandise, like online shipping for airsoft. So like, let me help you. Here's why you should hire me.
So
Now I'm stuck here.
did your assistant manager end up becoming the manager of that store?
Yes.
Well, then everyone ended up like,
Yeah.
it's a happy story.
Yeah, but then they ran it into the ground, and then Screw Attack bought it.
I tried.
Oh yeah.
That was-
What?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Oh my, dude.
It was
That's
a-
pretty
It was
awesome.
a weird play.
Partially why we have that giant video game collection.
Yeah, a lot of that
Yeah.
came from there.
Sweet.
This is an awesome story.
It was a really weird full circle because I had helped get that store off
I
the
wonder what
ground.
that loss was like for Screw Attack. That must have been pretty good.
We broke even. We're like right around there.
Yeah. I would
yeah.
love to see some of the old books. I'm sure they are fucky. Like,
Well, dude, what was crazy is like their system was like, because we dealt in retro stuff too, but they had like horrible understandings of the value of retro stuff.
yeah.
So lots of times I would go in there and I would fix it, but there were definitely times where like a really rare game would come in, and like I'd see it in the back because I'm like, somebody took the trade in on this. Why is it like this is a super rare game? Like why is like Super Mario RPG listed for sale at $6.99? You know, and they're like, oh, I mean that's what it was in the system. And it's like we gave them $1 for that. And then I'm just like, cool, and buy. And then I'm gonna go into the system and I'm gonna adjust that to its actual value.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, man, that was wild. But I don't miss working retail, man.
Oh no.
There's something about, like, okay, one, retail customers already, like, for some people just want to treat you like shit for some reason. But nothing is worse than, imagine a retail job where the thing you sell to them, they are required to bring back to you in a few days. Because that's what it was like working at Blockbuster, dude.
Yeah.
Sam's
Yeah, I
this is
could
all-
do-
I've told those stories multiple times.
I could do like high volume like bar again because like then the customer's not always right. The customer can fuck off a lot of times because like you just have so much volume it doesn't matter. Like you know, and if somebody's an asshole, like you're just like fuck you, get out. But yeah, I don't think I could do like any actual retail. I mean I could if I was destined.
Did you ever work a retail job?
No, I always worked restaurants.
Yeah.
Like always. Always, you know, that's like the divide. There's either restaurants or
Right.
like
I've
food.
never
You have
worked in
your
the food
food or retail really. Like and I
have-
always was food, like pretty much every single job.
I was too afraid to work in food industry.
See, I've always wanted to.
Really?
Food's
I've
the
been
shit.
lucky that I've always had like really cool jobs, right? But it's like, so I've never like had to go pursue that. But I've always just kind of been like, I don't know, like I'm pretty personable. Like I think it would be fun.
Yeah,
to, like
you could do it,
I
yeah.
like interacting with people, you know. So like, then it's just like it's like in my mind it's like it's a mini game. Like
Yeah, it
I
is.
can like befriend people and make them have a great experience, and then they'll give me more money for it.
Yeah.
So it's like,
You'll get the tips. Working
Yeah.
in the kitchen though, I have a lot of friends who work in the back, and they're all like on something. I don't like they're not happy. They don't
Well,
like it back there.
yeah. I mean, in my experience, restaurant industry had a lot of drug use just in the entire shebang. Like everybody.
dude, Austin has some insane stories.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, he worked in New Mexico.
He went out to Roswell, New Mexico, and there's
Whoa.
Yeah,
There was,
like he found like a out that somebody was using the like toilet parts of like you lift up the lid like it was like a meth drop and he found meth in it. And,
Oh my
like,
gosh.
Yeah, one of his employees was killed. Like,
Holy shit.
Yeah, like it
Out
was
in
some
the
shit.
desert?
Like it
Like,
was some shit.
yeah.
Like he had
my
yeah.
gosh.
Because I mean I don't know if you've ever been to New Mexico or really most of America. It's a rough place. You been to Missouri?
dude, fucking misery, man.
That's his shit state. Sorry, y'all. Like,
At least
rough.
the parts that Sam and I went to. So our buddy was graduating.
I'm sure, cause like, they share. Like what Missouri has a couple. Like it has one. Is it Kentucky's like or something like that? It's like
I don't know, dude.
they have a major city that they share with another state.
Broadcast is gonna pull up a U.S. map
But yeah,
in a second.
Kansas City.
Kansas City. See, I knew it was a K. Yeah.
there you
Like
go.
Kansas City proper. Part of that's in Missouri. That's fucking weird and stupid.
Well,
But
it's because like I think that entire thing was like the Kansas territory, and then when Missouri became a state, it was the border
divided it?
was drawn, dividing it, and like I'm sure Kansas was like, "What the fuck, dude?"
that's gotta be weird where you're like go 7 blocks over and it's like now we have different sales tax.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
It must be so hard to give someone a ticket down the street that just bisects that.
I'm sure they have like an intermingly thing.
There's apparently like a border dispute between like the state of Georgia and Tennessee, and because of some freshwater lake, right? And if Georgia were to win the territory legal battle or whatever, the new line would be going through a bar, and the county of Georgia that would be getting it is a dry county. So like the bar in Tennessee just has this dotted line across of like where alcohol is legal.
That's funny.
I saw
was
that on the History
crazy.
Channel once.
There we go. That's
Yeah, there
so
we
weird.
go.
I never knew about that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
Sam-
don't know about Kansas, but sorry you have to be so close to Missouri. We were together when I got kicked out of Dollar General for drawing a phallus on a fucking Etch-a-Sketch in Missouri.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, fuck that place, yeah.
Did they catch you drawing
So,
it?
I mean, yeah, I know. I mean, I drew it and left it there, like a square wiener, pretty much, because that's the Etch-a-Sketch skills I have. And then, like, I was like, showed it to one of my friends and snickered because we were like
Right.
19, right? And then walked away. And then, like, 2 minutes later, a lady came up and she was like, "You should be ashamed of yourself." And like, there was a like security guy with her, and they were
Oh,
like, "You gotta leave right now." And I was like, "Why?" And she was like, "You drew a phallus on one of our toys." And I was like, okay, bye. And I just left.
Well, I remember because we were just bitching about it. We were like, fuck this state. Like,
Yeah,
it was also like we
it stinks.
drove. It was our friend. Our friend was graduating from basic from the army, and so like we're like, oh, we'll see you off. So we just did this road trip, and I just remember it's miles
Yeah.
of fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Like, god damn, like we're just like, can we see something? Anything. Like it's just nothing and fields. And then there's this billboard out in the middle of nowhere, which as we're coming up on, and all it said was, now entering knife country. And then we kept going, we're like, what the fuck does that mean? And then Sam from the back pops up and whips out a pocket knife that he had, and he's like, I'm ready, y'all.
I think that was the first time I ever went to a strip club too, was in Fort Lauderdale there, which is the most depressing when you go to an army-based strip club in the middle of nowhere, Missouri. And yeah,
What was I
really,
doing? I didn't go to that.
I don't think so.
So we went to go see that movie too in the theater. Which
Might have been that, because I don't remember seeing a movie. Because I went with Kirk, because like he just graduated military stuff. And
Oh, that's right.
I
He
wanna
wanted to go to the strip club, and
I was
nobody
like,
else
I'll go
wanted
with
to.
you. Like, and yeah, it was, yeah. Who would have thunk that the army-based strip club in the middle of nowhere, Missouri, would be a rather depressing place to be?
Yeah.
Fucking not cool.
Sorry if you're from Misery, and yes, I choose to call it that. Thanks,
Well,
I got
yeah.
one.
It's
a good laugh.
Gerardo, thanks, Gerardo. Appreciate it.
We can move on to Community Death Battle, which will be fun because we've got one of your characters in it.
Woo.
Oh yeah.
Woo.
Oh,
right.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this should be really fun.
I've been prepped for this. Well, not by a lot.
Roll that asset.
What's your favorite meat? Who knows? Meat's crazy, right? Well, you can find out questions like this at butcherbox.com by ordering more meat and having it sent to your house. It sounds strange, but it's really actually pretty dope because if you don't know, quality counts. Crazy. And if you've been buying meat from literally like anywhere, it's not as good as this meat because they got the good meat, you see? It's real special. It's 100% antibiotic free. It's vacuum sealed and sent straight to your door, which makes life super easy. And you can customize your own box and, you know, get all sorts of new stuff you love, blah, blah, blah. It's just really good quality, and that's important. So whether you grill, stovetop, camp, whatever, ButcherBox has some good meats for you. And you can, you know, better the deal by getting $20 off your first box. Right now, you can get 2 pounds of ground beef, 2 packs of bacon, absolutely free, plus $20 off your first box. Just go to butcherbox.com/cast or use a promo code CAST at checkout. That's butcherbox.com/cast or use a promo code CAST at checkout to get 2 pounds of ground beef, 2 packs of bacon, and $20 off your first order. Imagine that. All that meat for free. Do it.
Brian is intentionally fucking with us. It's just like, just to the point where it's about to get awkward, and there it is. Yeah. Only slightly. All right, cool. So this is Apocalypse.
That's what he really looks like?
I mean-
I only know him from the movie.
Real?
Yeah. I never watched the movie.
You just made a lot of enemies. Man, Jordan, you're doing so good. And like, it's
you
a shame
go.
you lost it in
know,
the
man.
final yard.
comic books. I don't know. I jumped comic books. I'm an animator. I
It's
make
all good.
cartoons.
Right.
Yeah, so Apocalypse versus Quartermaster, which should be very, very interesting to see what the community had to say about this, because they're really good at digging up some interesting facts, and they always like to end it in puns too.
Yeah. So wait, who's up first? Let's bring an old tweet up.
Bring all
Hey,
tweet up.
Apocalypse has this.
Phantom Falcon 2 says,
Yeah.
Apocalypse has this. The dude can fight evenly with High Evolutionary, who once destroyed a star with 0 effort. He has also consistently kept pace with Quicksilver, who could react in a picosecond, whatever. Quartermaster will meet his apocalyptic end.
There it is.
Yeah, but Quartermaster's got really powerful friends, though, right? He's got that
But you
cosmic.
can't. Friends don't matter.
They don't matter, but like
can't
you
use
can
your
call him in.
friends.
It's like a summon.
If it is like a
Okay,
summon,
if
that's
it's like a
interesting.
summon, like,
First-
does he have an item that summons them?
He can make
What's
it
that
up.
do?
It's not fair.
Is it his hook?
I mean,
No, it already has to have
he
been
does.
in the
His
show. You
hook
can't
does
make it
kind
up.
of follow the properties of like Thor's hammer.
There you go.
So he fights. He's got like Thor power in his hook. He's got like whatever you call the you know, like Dora the Explorer has this where she can put like a boat in her backpack.
Hammer
So
space.
he's got like a hammer space mustache.
Yeah.
So
Oh, nice.
who knows what he's got in there?
That's true.
That's great.
He's got that. And then you know, he's got the cosmic octopus guy, like his version of Cthulhu.
He's
or
also
whatever.
like a Time Lord, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And we don't even know what happens with all 4 Quartermasters are brought into one hole.
Because they're supposed to be like, he's supposed to be like a galactic custodian, right? That's his
Exactly
point.
right.
Like,
Exactly right.
Yeah.
But like we've seen one half of the master thing. I don't know. We saw Quartermaster and Quarter Sister. We don't know about the other two.
Right.
So I would assume that they'd be in helping him with this battle.
Well, so that's a big thing with Death Battle is that like we don't allow outside help.
Okay.
Because then it would get super convoluted and crazy, and then we'd be choosing like who's attacking when and what it would be crazy. So like our thing is strictly basically like 2 opponents are dropped into a neutral area where they then fight each other and they do their best to kill the other person. But real quick, let's see. We definitely have a community answer for Quartermaster, so let's see if they did it justice. Gatekeeper 21. Quartermaster has a variety of hand attachments, fought in 3 world wars, came out of an exploding mess hall without a scratch. In Season 4, it's revealed he faces world-ending threats on a weekly basis, and his body doubles at his disposal. Putting the end to the apocalypse is nothing new to him.
There's so much about Quartermaster that's just draped in mystery, though.
What was the Third World War?
Yeah, good question.
Who knows? Who knows? Maybe he's from a different dimension.
Oh, I would say it's probably some sort of Animal Kingdom war, since he did go and take
The squirrels. Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite things at the beginning of Camp is just that episode when like he just shows him on like the throne of the forest.
Yeah, he's the Squirrel King. He's taken out Squirrel Hulk. He's got Hammer Space mustache. He's got all this dark magic stuff. Yeah.
I'm
going Apocalypse.
See, here's what's hard. I want to say Apocalypse because I feel like it's Apocalypse, but Hammer Space mustache.
Right, yeah.
Is it
You
like
don't know
is
what
it
he's gonna
context
do.
sensitive?
Can he put Apocalypse in it?
Well, no. What I want to know is it context sensitive? So could he can he pull out whatever he needs at any given moment?
I would have to assume so. I mean, he pulled out, what did he do? It was the Harrison episode. I think he pulled out like a checklist or something. No, that's a bad example. But yeah,
He'll paper cut him with the checklist.
he'll pull out a machete. He's got a dildo hand attachment, so like
We know
that
that.
might shock him. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
Keep
think
him off guard.
anything shocks Apocalypse.
I guess what I'm wondering.
Maybe.
Nothing shocks Apocalypse. Like, basically, could he just be like, oh, I have an anti-apocalypse ray right here, and then blam.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Why not?
See, I always told Austin he should add stuff for like David, where he just like picks up a giant boulder at the end of an episode, just in case we ever use him, just so he can like have a precedent. Like,
Right. A
See,
strength feat.
and that's what's interesting about what we do, is because, like, as an animator, like, first of all, you get the script, and then, but it's also like, it's just fun, right? You know, you're just entertaining, and like, you don't think about the real world physics of like, and then, oh, they needed to find a thing, so yes, David lifts a gigantic boulder, and it's funny because it's visually ha ha ha, and then, but then it's like, we're like, fuck. Well, clearly he's not just like the strength of a normal human. He just one-handed lifted that boulder. What type of rock is it? Well, where the area is, it's probably going to be composed
Yeah.
of this. That rock weighs this much. We know David is this height, so we're going to compare his height to the size of the rock and guess its volume and density, and then get the weight and realize that he can lift this much, which is way above like normal human. Like, yeah. So we have to. That's the problem. Is like
We have to
when
do
just
all
like an
that.
animator does something or somebody just writes something in a script, that then we have to that matters in real world to us, and it literally ruins the way you watch shit.
Oh my God. That's a lot to think about. Like,
Yep.
I can't. Never mind. We're working on an RTA about the Dora the Explorer rant. So like, there's a lot of things, and y'all never made a death battle of that, right?
No.
No.
Oh, you're talking about the
Going back
community death
way
battle
the
from
fuck-
way back?
yeah.
When we were talking about, oh God, yeah, I remember Torian was really, there's a lot of conversation about a boat.
Yeah, swiper, no swiping. Because he also, that's where I got the whole backpack.
The hammer space. Yeah. Yeah,
Punching
that one?
trees, moving a mountain. Like, there's a thing where Boots moves a mountain, and it's just like, now I know what you're talking about.
Right. Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
it ruins it. Like, we'll be watching, like, I'll be watching stuff with Kira. Like, my daughter's like watching, like, blah, 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 and then this happens, and I'm like, that person just fell into a building and then it crumbled. Like,
yeah,
that's
they're-
fucking wild. And then I'm like, well, we gotta remember that if we use it in death battle. Like, when Kira was watching My Little Pony, that was a bunch of shit. Like, there's some wild stuff in My Little Pony.
Yep. Well, that was the thing with the mask, going back to the Deadpool versus the Mask, about how, like, in the comic books, he can do all of these incredible things that, like, he exists in the Toon world, but the regular people don't. So when he, like, sticks a car engine in somebody, they're gonna die. Whereas, like, in the movie, they might do something cartoony.
Right.
But yeah, having to think about it like that, it's a whole nother element.
See, that's gonna be in your mind now.
Yep.
When you're working on another project.
Man, those images that were in the first half of that episode, because again, I had never seen the comic book. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
There's a lot of blood in this.
Oh
Yeah. It's a pretty fun comic.
Yep. All right, cool. Well, we can talk more.
Well, we have to all vote.
Process, but
Apocalypse.
who's getting there.
Oh.
You just give me a couple more words.
Oh
That's
God!
like, we'll talk
Hurry
about that
up.
more in the post show, but right now we need to settle this. And let's see what
Once
the
and for
community
all.
voted on, whether it's Apocalypse or Quartermaster. Will you break Jordan's heart?
Yep.
Unbelievable. I was, you know what? I'm actually pretty surprised.
I'm surprised Quartermaster got 40%.
Good job, everybody.
Yep.
Way to
Okay,
go.
we got the camp and the hat. Was there no hook? Really?
No, there's no hook.
There's no hook emoji?
Yeah, no, I was surprised. There's no hook emoji on freaking Twitter.
Weird.
Not even Pyro or anything. No.
Somebody get on that. Twitter.
Make
Oh,
it.
well,
Make a hook.
what do you want the next community
You
death battle
didn't
be?
think of one again, did you?
Chad has been sending a lot of suggestions.
Yeah, they got
Oh, the chat has
no,
been
the other
sending
chat,
suggestions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've seen a lot. I'll give you a few. You guys will choose. Could be either Madara versus Sasuke Aizen. That's basically Naruto versus Bleach. Shoto Todoroki versus Zuko. That's Avatar versus My Hero Academia.
Suku
And-
was on like a month ago, I feel like.
Yeah, we did one with him, but it was like a
In Dinobot
like a
or something
Dinobot
like that.
versus
Yeah.
Zuko.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
Was a weird one. And Neo from the Matrix versus Kirito from Sword Art
Online.
Online, which is kind of like Matrix versus.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, it's more like the character is like a Neo character.
Kind of, or
Yeah.
not really. He just like break the code, not in the first one.
Well, it would be interesting because like Neo outside of the Matrix. Anyway,
All right, so
I appreciate all the suggestions. One thing we have done in the past is when we have a guest on the show, we usually let them like, what's a matchup that you have always wanted to know the
Oh,
answer
yeah.
to or see?
Oh shit.
Um,
you should have told me.
and
this
then put you on
beforehand.
the spot right here while we're live.
Yeah.
Well, what's your favorite cartoon character?
I do like Zuko a lot.
Oh,
That was
okay.
it. I mean,
Please, Zuko.
The Last Airbender was the show that made me become an animator. So.
Oh, cool.
Zuko. Sorry, it's not a good answer because
No, that's fine. That's perfect then. What was the matchup for Zuko?
Shoto Todoroki, Icy Hot.
Oh, Todoroki.
versus,
Todoroki versus Zuko.
For My Hero?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, Todoroki, Zuko.
There it is.
Seems unfair because she's got both, but whatever, we'll do that.
So you can submit your answers using hashtag DeathBattleCast on Twitter, and then keep an eye on the @DeathBattle Twitter to vote, and we will discuss that next week. Thanks for joining us, guys. We got a little off the rails, but honestly, it was better
Not
than
so
last
bad.
week.
Right, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, we're getting better.
Seems normal to me.
Thanks for being on the ship, man.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys in the post show if you're first.
Bye.
members. Bye.